Yeah, take us through the last play on offense. What was called there? What was supposed to happen there, and where the breakdowns happened?
Sure. Number one, the situation was there was a minute and 6 seconds left, and they had 2 timeouts left, score tied. So, obviously, what you don't want to do is rip 3 straight incompletions. They've got the ball back with 54 seconds and 2 timeouts, because then it becomes advantage them very quickly. And so what we were looking to do was throw a high percentage RPO with a run and execute it, and really I was hoping to get 5-6 yards on the first play to see what their mentality was going to be, if they were going to call a timeout and they're trying to conserve time, or they were just going to let us run the clock. And if they were, then we would start moving on with our 2-minute drill to go score and win the game. Obviously, we didn't execute it, in a catastrophic way. So I've got no more to say about that. I'm not going to talk about the little details of it in the media, but wasn't good.
Josh, it's kind of an old adage that if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. You've proven that's not the case. You can have 2 quarterbacks and both can be successful.
Sure.
How did you kind of strike that balance where you used the Malachi package more than you had all season against Rutgers?
Well, we just felt like it's something that, as Malachi has played, he has earned trust of the team and trust of the coaching staff, because he's done a really good job in the plays that he's been in. So it's really nothing more than Malachi getting on the field and executing and doing a great job with what he's been entrusted with. And moving forward, we feel great about Malachi. We feel great about Ryan. I know that last play is like, everyone looks at it like that lost the game. Let me tell you, there were 5 other opportunities before that. We had first downs at the 50 or beyond the 50 that we scored no points on. And that's where we lost the game. The last play, it shouldn't even come down to the last play. We should have been in victory. And just way too many missed execution on those 5 opportunities. And that has kind of been the story for us on offense. We've been explosive. We've shown a lot of promise, but being consistent in our execution has been an issue. And we're going to continue to coach. We're going to continue to practice. We're going to continue to motivate, go from there. I know that's a spinoff of Malachi's question, but yeah, Malachi has earned he's earned that and the trust, and he can help us win games. Everybody sees that when he's on the field.
Josh, can you just assess the play of the wide receivers this year?
It's really what I just said. I mean, we've gotten better. There's promise. There's great plays at times. And then there's inconsistency. We had 2 drops the other day that would have been first downs, and we had a couple near misses on a couple post balls that could have changed the game. I thought both wideouts ran pretty good routes there. I thought one route could have been finished a little better at the end, and then one of the throws could have been better. So overall, just getting better, but there's got to be more inconsistency. I will say this. I thought our wide receiver position blocked better than any other game on Saturday. And so as you are building a program and you're measuring things, the intangible things that matter, like that was an awesome positive to me. I told the unit before the game on Saturday, and I really didn't have this in my mind to tell them, but when I got up in front of them, I kind of felt this way before the game. I told them I'm grateful for a group of men that a group of people that have come together and they're still fighting like crazy to go win, even though things haven't turned out the way we want them to, and we haven't had the success that we want to. And I told those guys I'm very grateful for that. And then after the game, I told them, our challenge is, I want to tell you the same thing this upcoming Saturday, and then the Saturday after that, and the Saturday after that. So when you look at kind of those intangible things of teams playing hard, teams like getting better, wide receivers are getting better at blocking, which is something always a challenge, right? Because that's a program thing, an intangible thing. You see those kind of things, like I know we're on the right track, we're just frustratingly close.
How trying has this been, Josh, the 6-game losing streak and some of the offensive struggles for you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, not trying at all. I mean, it is what it is. I knew we would have moments like this, you always do in every season. I've got a great friend. He's an offensive coordinator in the NFL. Last year, he was the greatest offensive coordinator. They had the greatest season in history of NFL football. Everybody, and then all of a sudden this year, they've lost a few games and the guy can't coach. So that is life. That is coaching. That's what it is. I am having fun getting us prepared to go play our very best each week because I see us getting better. But when it comes to it, like, I got to practice what I preach the same way with the players. Like, I got to show up every week and be ready to go and go do my job and do it with positivity and with a great attitude and with hey, we're going to show up Saturday and go win a game. I mean, because without that, you have no chance. So when it boils down to that part of it, we're going to have mental toughness as a coaching staff, just like we do with our players.
You mentioned the blocking of the receivers. What about the offensive line, where you ran the ball very well, protected the quarterback very well? Was this their best performance of the year as a group?
Yeah, I thought so. I thought they improved a lot. And played well. And then there's still all these things. Like, if you go back and you really watched it and knew the details, it could have been so much better. So it's all in the details. And like we tell our guys, when you're playing good people, the little things become big things. And we're in the Big Ten. So every team is good enough to beat you. We're good enough to beat any team we play, but we've got to get better at the details.
What do you like about having the three backs that all kind of have varying skill sets and using those to your advantage throughout the course of a game?
Well, I think more than anything, it just lets those guys stay fresh, and one guy doesn't get beat up. We started the season and Mock got a little banged up. He had the one game, I think he had 30 some odd carries and was a little beat up after that. And I think, what we've transitioned to, and we've seen, Malachi and Antonio Harris have both do a really nice job with the ball in their hands. So I think more than anything, it just gives you freshness and longevity of using that position to run the football as the season goes along.
You just go a little bit into more of how Malachi is a different quarterback, better quarterback now 10 weeks into the season than he was coming out of preseason camp?
Sure. Well, I think one of the things that's hard to measure because you never hit your quarterbacks in camp, so it's hard to measure run. How good is a guy really like running the ball? Like, you think about the 4th and 2 the other day. There wasn't great blocking on that 4th and 2 to be blunt. But man, he just lowered his shoulder and drove his legs and went there and got the run. And so that's some of the things you don't know about him coming out of camp, and some of the things we've discovered about him as he's carried the ball this season. So I think beyond that too, he's really confident throwing a football. In practice, he's done a really good job. Like, you can just feel his confidence and his mentality. He's when his number's called, he's going to get the job done. So that part of him, just his confidence growing and how well he's ran the ball, I think both those things have really improved.